All right, welcome to the May 11th, 2023 Library Trustee meeting. We're going to start off with correspondence.
Sure. So I'll share what we received today from MBLC. So I sent this out to all of you, I think. MBLC emailed me earlier today that we are getting one additional grant payment of $686,044. And this is due to all of the costs associated with the building. A lot of it were increased due to COVID and inflation. So MBLC went back and tried to get extra money for all of the libraries that had to go through that, and they were successful. So we should expect an additional $686,000 within the next few weeks. They have to work out a contract for us. And so I did ask them, what are we allowed to use the money for?
Yeah.
So they said that it would be anything that we're allowed to use the money for when we had the original grant, which is the bond or other eligible items. So we'll have to go back and talk to them about whether or not the repairs that are required or anything we didn't get to do before because of the budget, if we can still do them. So we'll have to talk to them about that. But yeah, so we should expect that within a month or two, I guess. Yeah.
Blessing. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on to the minutes of the April 13th, 2023 meeting. Any questions or comments? Has everyone looked at them? No feedback? Entertain a motion then?
To approve the minutes for 4/13/23.
All right, all in favor? Great. Vote passed. We're now into our public comment section of our meeting. We
Doesn't look
have
like anybody's
no physical or virtual attendees, so we'll keep going. Treasurer's report.
Okay, so I sent these hopefully for the great. So in the trustee gift account, we have $357.31. In the building fund, we have $68,839.12. From MBLC, we have $17,868.95. And the pending value for the BARF is $1,508,506.07.
Great. Any questions about the treasurer's report?
Samuel, let us know when you need more money in the gift account.
I am going to let you know today.
Okay.
We will discuss that when we get there. Okay, let's move to Friends report.
I was not at the meeting. You were. I have the minutes up. So
I would say if you could review the minutes, that would be great.
If you want to add anything about do that. But so membership, this was the first month after they sent out the newsletter. So they had 9 new members, returning members. And then the good news about mini golf was that it netted almost $14,000, which was more than they expected. So Dirigible and Little Town Coffee were both very happy. Guests were very happy to have those drinks. So they discussed ways to make it less stressful for the future. Yeah, if you want to add anything, but just brainstorming things for future years if they do it again, which there is the plan for next year, March 15th.
And you blocked that, right?
Okay.
And then the new business is the book sale, which is May 19th through 21st. So, which means next week is when the drop off.
Next Wednesday, the 17th, I believe.
So that is book donation day. And then they are also raising the prices. So I think get in there quick if you want books. It's the 15th, the prices go up. So $3 for hardcover, paperbacks $2, media $3. everything was, looks like it was $5, but they will still have their $5 per bag sale. Those are the main takeaways from that.
That sounded about right. Okay, any questions about the Friends report? Hearing none, we'll move to building updates. As we do these, Sam, I saw that there's the item under old business too, the Viking things. Maybe we can just take these all at once,
Sure.
all these building related things.
Sure. So first off, you may have noticed the main entrance is broken. It's been broken for a little over a week, maybe 2 weeks. So what's wrong with it is that the bolt snapped on the operator, and that is a very expensive part. $5,231 expensive. And so it's broken. You need a certified installer to fix it. So I have a meeting with Ryan on Monday to discuss facilities moving forward. And then we just found out about this $686,000, but right now this is something that really does need to be fixed. So I'm requesting that the trustees put 5,000, well, this will be more, but for this bill, $5,231 into MMDT so that I can approve the repairs for the front door. The second issue, yeah, sure.
Do we have any idea of why it broke?
No, we think it's just from use.
It is the main door.
Yeah, it's the main door. I honestly don't know. And
I did ask you to check into like this work being done to repair it if it was under warranty.
yes, there's a 1-year warranty for this work,
Only
so-
1 year.
which is what we just missed the 1 year for the original work. The storage room doors, that quote came in for $5,077. We do have an idea of why that broke. So the trolley wheels are made of plastic. And if you've ever touched those doors, you know they're very heavy, and plastic wheels flattened. That's literally why it won't move. They have flattened under the weight of the doors. They required metal wheels. So to repair that and to install new metal wheel trolleys and all of the work that's involved in that is $5,077. Again, it's another thing that needs to be fixed. Probably not our fault either, but
Is this the same company that put it in to start with?
yes,
And why didn't they put it in?
it wasn't designed that way. It's a custom millwork. So I think they took the designs from whatever Johnson Roberts gave them. Let's see, the car chargers, that's installed.
The
and
single one.
the single one. I believe you have a meeting with Diane Dickerson or Chris does.
Sam and I met with Diane Dickerson and Mark Rombacher to talk about the town has a green
Initiative
grant, or green cities grant to cover the cost of the additional 2 chargers. But there's additional work, of course, to prep the ground and other things. So after meeting with her and giving her the update, which she wasn't privy to, of the agreements last summer between Anthony and LELD, we are on the agenda for the electricity commissioners meeting on the 24th, just so that project can be discussed. So Chris, multiple of us weren't going to be able to be there due to various school events that night. So I asked Chris if she could attend that meeting as our representative, and she said she could. So I asked Chris and I met on that. So we'll see what comes out of that meeting. That's the middle school band concert night. So I don't think we need to take any action on that.
No.
Yet.
No. And then last meeting, I shared with you the Viking controls. This is for the software to maintain it and also for any regular maintenance. So there's a 3-year subscription service, which is $1,882, and a 5-year subscription, which is $2,902.70. We can choose one of those, and then regular maintenance. What is that? So we'll recommend 1-year preventative maintenance proposal is $3,900 plus $500 to the one-time first year setup, which we already did, so I don't think that's necessary. Yeah.
You're saying, can you either do another 3-year or have a one-time?
Yeah, you can do another 3 years.
Am I getting the numbers wrong? Because it's like, if you did 3 years and then another 3 years, so that could go into 5 years.
So we should probably do the 5 years.
And you still can talk to town about getting not this fiscal year necessarily, but once Sam meets with Ryan, you can talk about how to get it into the facilities budget versus us just paying out of pocket, given that it's a facility fee. But I do think we need this covered. Personally,
Because in one aspect, so like the maintenance in store is very concerned, concerned is the right word, is there like a higher level fault or whatever breaking that should be considered, or is it just what it is? So I guess it's the front door, but is this like a cost that's recurring every year, or is it like we got the lower end? And that we should be considering something different in the front door.
So he didn't say. I can ask that question. George did ask if this is something that's going to keep happening, and the maintenance person said, "Yeah, this is something that could possibly keep happening."
It makes sense to we should just ask, like, if this is upgraded.
Right.
You know, do you have glass? Yes.
Okay.
maybe.
Okay, so of the building items, for the door. I really like that idea, and if the people in that case approving more, do you want to ask first and then have us approve at the next meeting, or do you want us to approve a certain amount tonight and then come back?
I think the front door is a immediate concern, so I think we should approve at least the 5,231 for now.
And if you need more, is that like an emergency rate meeting, or is that taking time to needed?
So what you guys can do is you can approve up to a certain amount. So you can say up to $6,000, and
Above that, we can reconvene or meet next month if it isn't
Right.
urgent.
so if it's more than 6,000, then yeah, I'll definitely come back to you. But
What do you guys think? 6,000, a reasonable number to, what the original price is 5,231.
Yeah. Yeah.
6,000.
It's probably
I think it's gonna be more than that.
all right,
65 or something, okay?
7,000.
Because if you don't use it, great, but.
Let's go 7.
Also, I assume it'll be double.
7, maybe we'll get the work started and then we can approve the next chunk next time.
Do you need us to do this? We usually use 2 different things, right? Because you have the storage doors also. But
Right.
Okay. Then we have the fourth year. Does anyone have a special feeling about which account it should be from?
One of the building ones?
Building fund. Oh, there's building fund. Really a 5,000.
Yeah, I know. But all of those, what is it, 400 levels, you have it in front of you. Are building related, right, Sam?
Yeah.
And we could do second century. Yep. It only lost about the amount we were asking for. No big deal.
Okay. Motion to move $7,000 from account number 401, the second century unspecified account, to the MDT account.
That is correct account to put it in.
Yep.
Okay. Here, second. Okay, all in favor? We are unanimous.
We need another three on these accounts. Is that specificity need to be in the minutes?
Yes.
Because we need to send them to the finance team so they can move it.
7,000 to building on second century value developers. From 401 second century unspecified, account 401.
I've been making a list. I'm on page 9. And I know I'm not done.
Of things that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're making. And meeting with Ryan. Thank you for organizing.
Account number 401 second century unspecified.
I can't go Monday. Do you want our trustee to attend?
No, it's okay.
And the energy team. Who's the second?
Multiple people.
Okay.
Not me.
The next one is the search trolleys.
Yeah.
That's
So,
1977.
Yeah.
Do you want to push on that one or just?
no, I think that's going to be what it is.
We can take it at the same one.
Yep.
You got it. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, that one has the most an ending balance, so.
okay, motion to transfer is probably the word I should have used the first time, see, I'll change. Motion to transfer $5,077 from account number 401, the second century unspecified account to the MGT account. Tell me again what that, like, what's the repair, like, what's the like?
The search room doors, the TV doors, they require a new trolley.
The search room, I couldn't figure like.
It was one word.
Okay, so there's a motion.
I said.
Wait, nobody's doing. Oh, yeah, right.
I moved. Mira seconded. All in favor? Aye. Unanimous again. I do wish the timing of these were better so we could figure out that new grant payment.
And then, let me know. Okay, the last question I have is, do you need us to approve for the 3-year or 5-year plan for Viking or do you want?
Well, you're approving the amount, so the 5-year is $2,902.70. So if that's what you want.
Is there, for the other, the CSV offer PDF? Is there anything we can approve from that? Is there the 500 here, that's there, and all that? Is there anything else we need to? $1,700 for a visit, the $1,400.
So the initial setup and all of that stuff, we already have.
Okay,
Yeah, like we have the computer, we have the initial setup. So really we're just doing the 3,900 for the
Preventative
Prevents.
maintenance
preventative maintenance.
program.
except for that. So that's 3,900, but then the subscription service is 1,800, it's $2,902.07.
Mhm.
So that's, do we do those? Are we moving any money, first of all?
Yes.
Okay,
Or do you want to talk to,
and do you want to do the
Ryan.
3,000 in one and the 2,900 in a different one?
No, we can do them all together because
your
they're
one?
yeah, they're
company?
one company.
Do you want us to do that tonight, or do you want?
Yeah.
Shall I do it again?
I think you might need to.
Okay, so the amount is 3,000 plus 29,270. It's about 6,000.
3,900 plus 2,900.
3,900.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't need the 500, right?
no.
Plus the 2,902.70.
There's some coming, Junior, more than that, or is that exactly it? Okay, so I'm coming up with $6,832.70. Then put that up here so I can read it. Okay. Motion to transfer $6,802.70 from account 401, the Second Century Unspecified account, to the MDT account for the Viking air conditioning system.
Viking controls.
Viking controls.
Yep.
Is that, did we decide that it was 3 or 5? So. And the maintenance proposal, not gonna find it. The 5-year subscription.
Yes.
Wendy seconded. All in favor? All right. You are funded.
Yay. Thank you.
It would be awesome if that can be included in your conversation with Ryan about how we're going forward on facilities. If
Yeah,
any of
that's-
that cost can be put into the facilities budget.
Yeah.
I think you're also gonna do something spreadsheet of all of the repairs and
Yeah. I already have.
great.
If you want anyone to look that over before you meet with them, just let us know.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other building related updates, Sam?
No, I do have a request from Megan to buy some furniture. Do you guys want to do that now too?
Sure.
Where's that?
Was that in our packet?
No, she just asked me today.
Are you approving
Yeah, I'm okay with it, but I need the money for it. No, because it's furniture. So it wouldn't fall into that.
Yeah.
So she would like to get a mobile steel frame feature display island to display books. And it's passed around. It's cost $1,916. And she'd also like to get a magnetic glass marker board for 200 megapixels.
Where's she thinking?
That one will go on that big blue wall. That's where they usually keep like all the quotes and all that stuff. That's what she wants.
Would that be in lieu of the stands she currently has?
No, that she wants to keep as well. So this is more for information.
Okay.
The stand is more for the kids to ride
To ride
on.
on.
Yeah, but she's been using it for both because she didn't have.
Very
Yeah.
It's away. So it doesn't show on the picture. Any questions about the requests?
Same with the other librarians and other staff. I think class that we said grow into the building first, and we're still understanding one of other people.
No, so far, Megan's just moving forward because she's in the new room and, she sees things that needs to be changed. But, so far, that's all we have right now.
Are there requests we've said no to, their initial stance was that we'll grow into your space first, start adding to do stuff. But then other stuff had-
Yeah, so far, we're good. It's,
It looks like you moved some things around, like the shelves upstairs and things you've moved to different areas and they might be working better.
yeah, they're working better than, yeah,
When
we
they were in
found,
their
yeah,
original spots.
yeah, we found better spots for things and ways to use things. So we're good so far.
Is there anything else that can be the best indoors, I mean, like that one, each one. And now.
Good question.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't think anyone's gonna feel bad about it. It'll be fun.
So you don't anticipate any staff? Okay, issues. Any questions, concerns? Wendy, thank you for voicing these questions. It's important.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. She was, for some reason, she got all the old stuff. So,
She does have all the old
yeah.
things in there.
So I think it's totally fine. And it makes sense. The
Makes-
stuff she's asking for.
And it seems to go with the space.
Yeah.
There's space.
Yeah, and there's space for it. Yeah. Yeah, the stand is mobile, so it can go anywhere. And then the,
But even aesthetically, like
yeah.
what she got, the old stuff doesn't match what is in there, you know? But, all right. And are no concerns from you about what she chose?
No.
How much?
$2,137.98. 2137.98.
I'm gonna say that between 314, which is the second time the library, and it's 340,000.
Is there any issues with us taking furniture from the, which one, 314?
No, we can take whatever we want from 300 or 400.
That's what I thought, but
Yeah.
just confirming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that would be a reasonable spot to pull from.
And this is going to MGT also?
Yeah.
Move to transfer $2,137.98 from account number 313, 314,
314, yeah.
the Second Century Librarians Fund for the purpose of teen room furniture to, the MGT.
It's like,
Also, maybe tell me on it. Yeah,
it's interchangeable.
The reader for life rooms.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. I was getting there. All in favor? Okay,
Now, yeah.
now we're good. No more building things. Vixen, did you get it in time for summer reading?
That's another question. Depends.
Okay, well, should we get it before the next school year?
Again, depends.
Thank you for ordering one.
Is she in charge of, I know, Catherine? She like set up a whole system with all the like hours and like is
Yeah.
Megan gonna take that over?
Yeah.
For like adults too, is it?
So,
or Susan oversees it?
Susan oversees the adults, Megan will see YA, and Diane does children's.
We are moving on to the director's report.
So I attended MVLC executive meeting on April 18th. They are meeting, everybody's meeting here next Tuesday, all of the libraries. It's the first time we were all meeting in person for a membership. So everybody's very excited to see the new library and to meet in person since COVID. And
They get to see our broken doors.
yeah, and they get to see our broken doors. All that fun stuff. We've received 10 applications for the vacant library assistant position. Mike, Julie, and I are going to be interviewing 3 of them next week. Yes. I attended town meeting on May 1st, where our FY24 budget was passed. The Meet the Teen Librarian Pizza Party went very well. The teens enjoyed meeting Megan and loved all the pizza. It was great. She did a great job with it. I'm starting to meet with department heads in preparation for the upcoming performance reviews to discuss their departments, and then I will meet with all of the staff and give them their performance reviews, but I don't anticipate anything negative. Everybody's doing a great job. Amy Green, the Conservation Commission Director, is that her title? She and I met to discuss the Hill on May 8th. We talked about inviting Erin Jade to come do some of the work, to sort of clean it up. She agreed that it still needs at least another year. She also said that it's okay to remove the barriers for the silt barriers. So she said to just talk to Brian about that, which I did.
And have you heard from Brian? I know you reached out to him.
Yeah, he hasn't responded. Let's see. Yeah, so they'll meet. I put May 10th. They're actually MVLC's meeting next week. I had the wrong date. I also plan to take a vacation on May 22nd, that week of May 22nd. We'll see if that actually happens. But every time I put it out there, so speaking of, they've already asked me to meet with them on May 23rd because we're getting a new website and that's the day they want to train. So this.
You're tech savvy.
Can she meet with you a different day?
Yeah, she's recording it. So I might just send Mike instead. So
Mike
this is
can
what.
handle it, right? All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be here. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be like a zombie apocalypse or something.
let's
They
break
only
the
eat the
doors.
books.
Lock things up for the day. Mike,
So,
you're on it.
so this isn't the final version, but this is the
Mock-up.
draft, the mock-up of what the new website is supposed to look
Cool.
like.
That's not our library picture.
We can add new pictures.
Can we add our own library?
It's actually that it rotates. So
Oh, cool.
our own library is in there somewhere.
That's fun.
And then the calendar's here,
Oh, so it's so much easier.
the new books. We can add more stuff. If this is just,
What's that metal section?
I think this is just random crap they put in there.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking destruction.
So yeah, and then there's this like little how can I help you thing that I asked them if we can, right now it only goes to the town. I asked them if we could get one too, but they haven't responded.
Is it good in chat?
Mhm.
That's great.
Our live chat was.
I think it's a virtual chatbot actually.
We could probably get to another person.
Yeah,
Try it.
yeah,
I'm gonna try it. See who I get.
yeah. So that's it.
Are you happy with how this is?
Yeah, I like it. It's a little bunch of children's, young adult, museum passes.
We're usually under about us.
Yeah. Policies, procedures.
Yeah.
They carried over a lot of stuff. We might have to go in and clean some of it up, but yeah, they're all there. So
Nice.
that's what it looks like.
Great. That's nice to hear that's moving ahead.
We have some programs coming up, the usual, mostly we're preparing for summer reading. So that's coming up. Susan's going to do a cookbook book club.
Heard about the,
And yeah,
I'm like trying to figure out if I can come.
yeah, she's very excited. And then the rest is just the stats. Financially, we're also doing well. We're pretty much at the mar. So that's good. Just so you guys know, because the town population went up, so normally it would be 19% of whatever we get from the town. Now it's 16%. So it actually goes down the higher the population goes up. So next year, the mar will be lower.
That's nice.
Are they, what would I, would I have to do their senior volunteer hours?
Yes.
Was not-
Actually, we didn't get the book. I think,
You just didn't get them.
yeah, we just didn't get the numbers yet.
People last on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
yeah, we tried to get it out earlier and that was the one thing we didn't have yet.
That is cool. I do have one question about this. This is a new color, black. What does it mean to be blocked?
They-
It's when the key in the electronic opens. I
That was Patriots Day.
Yeah, that was Patriots Day.
know, but why, like, why would, just curious why things are blocked in between.
I'm not sure.
You don't know.
I'm not sure. Oh, Susan, she's doing.
Yeah, I'm just curious why I'm not so worried about Patriots Day,
But like the 22nd from.
although I don't know why we would block Patriots Day versus letting people use it after hours. Like we do on Sunday. So I'm
Yeah.
curious of why we're blocking components of time. Did I just talk to Susan to ask?
I do know why we blocked it. There were too many people,
Oh, you wouldn't have a keys.
right? We didn't have enough keys. That's,
So are
So
these like
we've-
keys issues because? these
Yeah,
are
we've
all falling on the
started-
Same day. and-
yeah, we've started,
So you can't get another one in on Sunday in this 2 hour, 1.5 hour block because they don't have enough keys.
so that's why we
Ah.
blocked that.
These are all Saturday and Sunday after hours.
Yeah.
All right, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, they're all hitting on weekends. Or days that you're not. Working. All right, well, that answered my question. I didn't put that together when I was reviewing it. How many keys do we have?
9.
We have 9 keys and we still don't have.
Yeah.
And are people good about returning them?
They're good about returning them. It's just that it gets stacked. You know, so
How much is each key?
I can't remember. It's like $20 per key. Well,
Can we keep an eye on that? And how many requests we're turning away because we don't have enough keys, and we could maybe discuss whether we should have more keys or not.
I'm just gonna say, my concern about having like, we already talked about the cleaning issue and people, so the more people you have, the harder it is to track who left it. Mira had it in the morning and then Chris has it in the afternoon. Mira left a mess, but we won't. So
I would be hoping those groups are communicating when they walk in and it's a mess to
Right.
the library
But
staff.
it was after hours.
I still would hope that those people would be reaching out to library staff when in an email or the next time it's open to explain what happened. I just know that like meeting room space is so at a premium in this town that it's hard to see a multiple hour block
Right.
blocked because we don't have enough keys. In my opinion. I think it's a new color.
it's a new thing, because it's been an issue where we've, at the last minute, we're running out of keys and nobody knows what to do. Yeah.
This is a new idea point too, so I think that
Mhm.
keep an eye on it.
I'm not jumping to buy more keys right now, but I would like to, and I have a feeling over the summer, the pattern will be different. So as we're looking at fall.
And we can make policy in place too, being a lot of repeated people here.
And it could be that we need more keys because we have more different groups.
I mean, well, it was, nothing wrong, didn't the policy limit the repeat user, so that'll change the medical.
Yeah.
So,
I would like to keep an eye on them. Okay. Any other questions about the director's report from anyone? Mike, do you have anything you'd want to share? No. Okay,
Sam, you had concerns around cleanliness from staff after this is a pretty short calendar as well. Like, what are you, I think there's concerns about, we always do.
Yeah.
But it wasn't gross. That was very.
I see there's a cleaning supply sign on that
Yeah.
door right now.
We do have cleaning supplies. No, I mean, there's like random things like the tables are dirty, like but it's nothing a magic eraser can't take care of. Other than that, it's more like people don't put like this room. All of the chairs were out, like, so it's all crowded and, so people,
It looks chaotic.
yeah, it looks chaotic. I mean, it's not dirty, but it just looks.
Even the, erasing the whiteboard,
Right.
everything when you leave is not happening.
Right.
I don't see a waste.
There used to be one.
There used to be one. That's another thing. Things just kind of walk away. Yeah. No, that's not so bad.
Like some of that's what it is there, yeah, that's.
Yeah.
People use the space. I mean, my kids don't remember pushing their own chairs at home. We're still working on that skill, so. Yeah. 100%. Okay. So moving on to, are we new business?
Yes.
New business. So first order of new business is to elect our new officer slate for the next year. So let's start with chair. Want to discuss? No one's
Was interested.
Is anyone interested?
no one's screaming.
Right, so, you and I have started, can feel like it's common, you're still.
I will maintain that I think having the same person be chair year after year after year is not actually beneficial to our board or our library.
So for,
That said, I'm not abandoning
I know you're not.
any.
I will do. I'm not saying yay, I'm super excited about this, but I will.
So I 100% appreciate you saying you would do it, in part because I think one of my concerns is, having been here for 2 years, for instance, on the fire hose of the building flying down and trying to figure out ways to like pull off some of the chair tasks to redistribute. It would be helpful, I think, to have fresh sets of eyes and experience in that position. And so I don't think that's actually feasible. And there's a lot of my brain I probably need to get into, or so there will be, I'm happy to walk beside you on that. As much as I can.
So I will do it, but I can't just say, no.
I know, make them.
Okay. We can do as a slate later if we are happy with one person and ready to move forward. So the next one would be Clark. Currently, Chris has been sitting there.
Yeah, I'm happy to continue doing it, so that it's a burning desire to.
Right. All right, so Kimberly's moving to chair. Actually, I think means that we need to redistribute what Kimberly was doing to others. So Kimberly was treasurer and then was also helping with policy. So I do not think you should be continuing in both of those roles. So we need a treasurer. Is anyone interested in learning that position? I'm sure Kimberly has learned a lot. I would actually nominate myself for that role. If you could not nominate, but I'd say that I'd be willing to step in to learn that role. In part because, unless someone else wants to, in part because I want to actually work on the finances as well as the working with the budget piece going into the next year. Those are kind of some of my goals I want to like work toward. If you guys are okay with that.
I said.
Put myself in that position. We have our friends liaison.
If anybody, I'm happy to do it, but if anybody else wants to jump in.
Nominate you. Okay. And we currently have policies. Kimberly is really spearheading it. Sarah, you were working on them as well as Chris, right? I mean, I don't think we need 3 necessarily. If you guys, or we can do 3, switch you in if you want.
Or I could spearhead it, as long as we don't have to be in person for meetings. Especially, like, I just know that I'm away for 2 months, so I'm happy to do it much more.
I'd be happy to back off of it for now, just not knowing how much the chair is responsible for the meeting, so if it was like a 3 week that.
Does that work?
Officers like though, that's like.
No, those are like roles. So the officer slate that we need to elect is chair, clerk, treasurer. I mean, we all kind of can help with the other parts, but just knowing those roles are still being distributed is helpful, I think. So the slate that we need to elect is chair is Kimberly, clerk is Chris, and treasurer is myself.
Did we have to nominate? We've already done. Second, we just vote.
Yeah, we can vote on that slate. So I move we elect that slate.
Second.
All in favor is aye. I think we're unanimous. All right, Sam, you get to work with a new trustee. See, I also think it's good for Sam to get new experience too.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys. Thank
We'll be
you.
doing LEF as a part of the one more year. That's, I'm just saying that. I can let, yeah, for this one more year. No. I asked you, I see him last week too. This is like, no.
All right, Kimberly,
Do I take over now?
do you want to take over or do you
No,
want
I
me to
don't.
continue? You may appoint me to continue, but.
Okay. Could you please continue?
All right, so we're now moving to the fiscal year 2024 calendar, which Sam included in our packet.
Is that the trustee?
Yeah.
Yes. So Sam has proposed,
So this is just the second Thursday at 6:30. Sometimes in the past, the trustees have taken July or August off. If you want to do that.
let's take those as two questions. The second Thursday at 6:30 still work for everyone.
I would like to, and this is some, just especially if I'm chair, I would be missing both the July and August meetings. Okay, I suggest that if we want a summer meeting, that maybe we could put it in the middle of those two. Does that sound like a possibility? Yes.
I think that's fine. I think we were talking about doing that last year. And
Yeah,
it didn't work.
I think we did it.
Or
last
did
year.
we do it last year? Oh, right, yeah.
Should
The second Thursday would be July 13th
13.
and
August
August 10th. So somewhere between those. The Thursday at 6:30 between
a
those.
Thursday at 6:30 is still, I think, good. How does the 20th, 27th, I don't know if that one is the 20th, 27th or an August 3rd.
I can do the 27th and 3rd. I can do the 20th.
I can do the 20th and not do the 27th. Or. I do not have my small class. I'm not yet, so.
I am currently open for both dates.
But it sounds like the 3rd is the one that most of us can do. So let's put it in for that.
And that would be virtual. What did you say?
It is still allowed to be virtual. That has been approved for Diane Curry message was released another year.
Yeah.
We can confirm.
So we said August 3rd.
Yeah, instead of the 13th.
Yeah, so
There's
those,
really no July meeting, August 3rd.
Right.
Right.
so is it too far for us to go from June 8th to August 3rd for you, Sam? Or if
No.
something is in the middle of that and we need
If we need an emergency
Emergency
I
meeting, we'll
can't
call
think of
one.
anything that.
we can call virtually too. so. The second part of that is the summer staff development opening.
Professional development. Yep.
Professional,
So
your proposed dates.
I should propose September 12th, 2023, December 19th, 2023, March 19th, 2024, and June 18th, 2024 as opening at 1 p.m. that day so that we can do professional development in the morning,
Those are your quarterly meetings.
quarterly meetings. Yes.
Anyone have questions or concerns about those dates? This question as well.
The holiday closures are listed below the staff development, so.
But that's not
That's not
Yom Kippur or anything.
The 12th is not like the Jewish holiday.
I don't believe so.
March. All right.
19th, St. Patrick's Day.
June 18th is the day before,
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. Is that a concern for anyone? Because isn't the library closed Juneteenth?
Yes.
That might be the only one I'm concerned about if we're closed for a day and a half and the same week.
Sorry, I was thinking.
It is a Monday this year.
Right.
Next year's a leap year, so that.
Is that why it bumped like that? Okay.
It could be June, the
You wanna
following
do the
week.
11th or the,
Yeah, the
which
11th
one's
or
easier with summer reading? Is it some easier to do a staff meeting before summer reading starts?
Yeah, so 11th would be easier because that's around the time summer readings start.
Yeah.
So yeah, so 11th, 4th or 11th.
Do you have a preference?
I think Easter's in March next year.
The school, just so you know, the school committee is discussing tonight a revised calendar, which will have the students out on like the 13th. So I don't know if that changes summer reading for next year. You can. I'm sorry, you can start.
So the school calendar.
They are discussing it tonight, but after the teachers' negotiations, it appears that the dates have changed.
What day?
The school committee is discussing a revised calendar post-teacher negotiations tonight, so whatever, I don't know what's gonna happen with that meeting. But it will adjust the start and end dates of school for next year, which is why I'm just saying it might impact some reading next year.
Got it.
The community is the one with June, like. Juneteenth, the dollars and 19.
Yes,
So,
Sam is just saying either the 4th or the 11th.
The 11th works.
11th,
Mention
you mind fixing that? Okay.
that. Sure. So
the 19th, I don't think it's too close to the 24th, 25th there, but
Does that impact your staff?
that helped this year, didn't it? Like the town, like decided late to cancel the extra day around.
yeah, that's where the next part, the holiday closures, my question is coming in, about whether or not what days we should close, basically, or should we just wait until it's closer to that time?
The town always goes late.
Yeah.
There's been
town-
discussion with
yeah.
the town last year about doing so earlier so that staff could figure it out. But I don't know,
I don't-
whoever the new TA is, I don't know what their
Right, I have no idea what's,
thing would be, how they go about things.
And you have to follow what the town does, like.
and so it depends on the town administrator at the time. Anthony didn't really seem to care. He kind of, technically it's up to the trustees when the library closes. But in the past, we've always sort of followed the town just to be fair.
We were trying to align with the town for
Right.
equity across all the departments, but
Right.
knowing it's not a perfect system. But I personally would like to, I like that you've given us dates to look at, and I would like to think about them against a calendar and talk to Ryan, talk to whomever the new TA is coming forward, just to make sure we align with them, given that we're months away from
Sure.
the first of those. If that is my opinion, if anyone else has another thought, I'm happy to discuss.
We wait and revisit. And it would be nice to give more time to staff to plan, but I think.
I don't think we need like 5 months. Yeah.
Right.
So my question is about the Saturday, the 23rd. Are any town offices open on Saturdays?
No.
Okay, so,
Sometimes park and rent stuff, but
but so that is my only. So there's no, we wouldn't have to align that with the town office.
we would
No.
be the ones choosing like that week.
So really, so in the past, we've always closed the Wednesday before Thanksgiving at 4 p.m. because we're open till late. The Friday is a new thing because the town has decided the last couple of days after Thanksgiving to close. Saturday, that would be up to you because the town isn't open on Saturday. It's just the library.
We're not open Sundays.
And we're not
That
open
doesn't
Sunday.
impact, but the 25th is observed.
And then the 25th would be, we have it off either way, because it's a holiday. So, yeah, so really, the only real question
day after
the day after Thanksgiving, that we could wait until,
Yeah, I'm comfortable waiting. My vote would be to take it off. If it's not. Inconvenient for staff.
Just FYI, Thanksgiving is the 28th this year.
Oh, you're giving us a whole week ahead of time, Sam.
That's better.
I hadn't looked. You must open on Thanksgiving.
No, it's not.
No, it can't be. I think it's the week.
No, 2023 is the 23rd and 24th.
Ah, you're a whole year off. Leap year really threw you off.
Would any staff be upset if you're closed because they wouldn't have an opportunity to work and make money?
So every year, what we do is we let the staff work
You
somewhere
shift hours.
else. Yeah, we move around hours.
And then the feedback of the, my 2 cents is if we're doing the training day on the 19th, the bonus would be, I'm assuming there would be something like staff celebration, like
Yeah.
woman in there. But we are then also closing down public at that time and then also to take off the 23rd, which is that same week. So if there's a way to do that.
Balancing those
earlier,
two.
That would be a preference for me, potentially, to balance that out a little bit. I don't know if it actually matters, but when we're thinking about balancing staff meetings and town meetings. it's pretty-
And the Saturday, I'm not sure about, or, because I guess if they have the 24th and the 25th.
Well, we're closed on 24th anyway, it's a Sunday. We're
Right.
not open.
Right. So,
I'm comfortable with the 23rd because it's fairly normative that. Like the town would have. Either it's delayed with the 24th or, even if it's posted earlier on the 23rd, you would have to have. You have the town dinner, if it was a Thursday, it's a Friday.
Well, yeah, what would they do? They don't have anything.
It's very, so if it was a Saturday, they probably would close, like, they might close Friday.
Right,
Yeah,
right. But
so
like in the past, if the 23rd was on a Wednesday or Thursday, would they close then or would they close just making?
they've kind of, yeah, it's,
They've done a lot of different
Yeah,
things and it's
it's-
usually at the last minute.
yeah, they've shown up the day of and like, everybody gets to go home,
Right.
except for the library, because we're not.
Well, I think it's also, there's been no staffing, but it's that market's been opening up. I'd be surprised if they were giving like all of this one, but again, the town is moving straight away, so.
Right.
But I do think a nod towards, having the chance to have a holiday. It's not a bad thing, but I'm like not involved with I am, so. I see both ways, but I would not be opposed to closing early, that day when I'm in the fall.
There's also something that can wait. I just put it on there because.
No, I appreciate that you put it on there for us to think about. Like, I think it matters. And I like, what I appreciate is seeing the dates stacked. So like, we talked about moving because of Juneteenth, which isn't actually a holiday closure that's on this list, is it?
No, because I only put the ones that,
We have to vote for this year
right, the ones that we actually have to vote to,
because we don't vote
Close.
for that one because it just closes.
Right,
Right.
you
Thank you
just
for that
close.
reminder.
Yeah.
So these are the ones we vote for, but yeah.
Yeah.
And the December
really it's-
19th, thinking about
yeah.
that one, the holiday
Right.
closure is a week later. So I think my preference would be to wait a little bit to vote this. I like that we've had this discussion. I think that's helpful to kind of frame it. So for in terms of holiday closures, let's bring this back up early so we can talk to the select board and the whomever the TA is at that point. Sure. Not waiting till our November meeting. I'd like to see it earlier, so
Maybe
It'll be
librarians
September.
and plans. We're
What?
talking about in September.
yeah, let's mark this for our September meeting.
And then if, once we do have the approval, like we can get on the calendar so people can look.
You
and
can-
see,
can
and so
plan.
They can plan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to wait. So what I dislike is that we wait so late to tell the staff that the staff don't have a chance to make plans that could work for them better than. So, and that's a town issue, not us necessarily an us issue, but I also don't want to be making a decision and then find out there's a whole different thing that might have benefited the librarians even more had we waited.
Yeah, I'd like to do one kind of share here. For patrons as well. I feel less bad about it. But they know that in September. Now it's kind of like. We're bringing the website. This year is all. I have to have it with the cash, you want the business. We just do that with all of them. So.
Yeah, we tried to do it early last year and then the town changed things and we ended up voting again. So like, I think
It's no.
no matter what we do, this is going to be not perfect system, just because we are also, we're one small part of the bigger decision, but yeah, it's hard. So please mark that to bring that back up in September.
Sure.
And then, what's the second page? I'm just using your notes, not, I'm sorry.
These are just dates to remember. You don't have to vote on anything.
Oh, the budget part. So
Mhm.
last year, I think, Alicia, the finance director at the time, tried to work things through earlier, so she's had it due in October. So should we have a budget to look at starting in September so we can adjust? Was that timing too hard as some reading?
No, it's fine. I can do it now. The only thing is, I don't know how much MVLC is going to ask for. That's the thing that's always the part that takes forever.
And you won't know that until probably after we have to turn it in.
I won't
so-
even, know until November. So I always just make it up. So
You
far I've
make it
been-
up based on past history. though,
Past
so
history, right.
It's close.
Yeah, so far it's worked.
It has worked for you thus far.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have one to review. What do you guys think? September, October? We can have a draft one and then that way we can be ready for discussions and the timeline that will be set, starting probably in that month by the select board. Is that the last calendar item we need to vote for? We agreed upon the second Thursdays, except we didn't vote, we just agreed upon them.
Yeah.
And the library closures for professional development.
Yeah, those are the only two things you really have to vote on.
We do have to vote.
Yeah.
Updated dates, right? Like the Juneteenth one, like the Juneteenth, or did you just already?
I chose,
just-
June 11th.
Do you want to look at the December one before we vote?
Yeah, why don't we just vote on the September 12th one?
Okay.
And then the rest I can come back to you
Great.
since September's 20.
Well, that would give you a
Sooner
chance
than
to,
Yeah.
if you want to hire somebody to, then we can.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Do we vote on our trustee meeting dates and times? Okay, so I can move things. I move that we meet. I need to list these individually.
You
Or
can
I
say
do
we meet
second Thursday.
with the exception of these two.
I move that the trustees hold their meetings on the second Thursday of every month at 6:30 PM, with the exception of August 3rd at 6:30 PM instead of July 13th and August 10th. Chris, did that make sense to you? All in favor?
All in favor?
Sorry, I can't call that. Okay, I move that the library closes in the morning of September 12th, 2023 to open at 1 PM for library staff professional development.
I think, can you do all of them once?
He wants to hold off and come back to us on the December to June.
Okay.
So September 12th is the only one we're approving right now.
Sounds like a positive. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I second.
Wait. Katrina, you, Sarah.
Yeah, but
September 12th for
Professional development.
I was like, wait, what are we actually? I didn't think
Skip
that. But staff,
Can we skip it?
and then.
No, you skipped it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
The library opens at 1 p.m.
I totally missed it.
It's all right.
I'll put it under other.
Okay. You can go back to it.
All right. Miss Chair, I would love to go back to the director's contract, which I totally skipped over in the agenda.
Go to the director's contract.
I am so sorry,
Did we
Sam.
vote on, wait, did
Oh.
we finish the vote?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I put it under old business in my own thing. I'm so sorry, Sam. So I skipped over the agenda item of Sam's contract and I just wanted to provide an update to everyone. So I met with Michelle, who's the HR director, to review the process of how we go about getting Sam's contract finalized, signed off on and approved through the town system. I had been working with Anthony, he's no longer here, so Ryan hooked me up with Michelle. I've been working with Michelle,
What's Michelle's role?
HR director.
HR director. So she and I went through the contract and I brought up some notes that you guys had sent to me, as well as a request Sam had. And we went through that in light of the employee handbook and all of the policies over there. And she had me redline Sam's contract with changes, mostly of dates or small wording things. She did reply to me late last night, and I had a quick review of what she gave back to me. She did say in my meeting with her that we should keep in the statement about the probationary period for the first 6 months of employment. But when she read it as a whole this time, she said, actually, it should come out since he's no longer a new employee. So we just need to keep in our head or put somewhere, like, if Sam will not leave, right? But like, if Sam leaves and we need a new director, we need to just make sure that gets back in. We also aligned the vacation time section with the current employee handbook, which had changed between when Sam signed his last contract and now. So we've inserted that language in there, which I forwarded you guys, so you saw the redlined version. It didn't seem like anyone had any questions. I'm going to go through her comments again and just make sure there's nothing else that we need to address. But if you guys are comfortable with it, we all signed his contract. So either Kimberly, you can take this over, or I could continue working with her if you'd like me to, or the process of continuing to see
Yeah,
it to the end.
yes. If you want to bring me into it.
I will absolutely bring you into this.
Yeah.
And
then do we need to vote on that, or are we just the signing it is the voting?
the signing is the voting. So as long as you guys are okay with what you're signing, then I don't believe we take a vote. We already voted to extend a new contract to Sam and the years of that contract. So I'm not sure we need to do
Is there a deadline?
June 30th.
So there's plenty of time, actually.
Yeah, we despite our like setback, we're back on track, and Michelle has been great. It was actually a great meeting. I learned a lot about HR. So it was
If
good.
it's signed by June 21st, or something.
Well, no, we probably started in the next meeting.
Right.
I would hope my goal is to have it in our hands to sign at the next meeting. Do you have any questions about your contract or concerns?
Okay.
I will share this with you before I go back to Michelle, because I think it's important you see what you're signing to.
It might help.
I did share the big one with you. Like we got you aligned with the rest of the staff. I thought that was important.
That's great. Thank you.
All right, now back onto the agenda.
Solar panel ribbon. Yeah,
Um,
we'll talk about it and-
sure. Yeah, so we well,
All right, so I've been working with Kaylee at Senator Eldridge's office to Senator Eldridge. I think I mentioned at the last meeting, reached out and wanted to do a ribbon cutting for our solar panels. And since then, we've gone back and forth with some dates, which has been finalized to June 10th which is a Saturday, June 10th at 10:30 a.m. And sorry, I'm trying to find where my notes are. So Senator Eldridge is coming. What?
yes.
10:30, yep. Here at the library. Senator Eldridge, Representative Arciero, are attending. That date and time works for them. Sam, you invited.
I invited the select board, Matthew, Karen, and Mark all said they can come. As the trustees, some of you said you can make it. Ryan cannot make it. LCTV, I talked to Mark Flory. He said that he can have someone record it, but he doesn't have anyone to set up the podium or speakers or anything. So he wanted to know how big of a thing we wanted to, like, what is it going to be like when the library had the ribbon cutting, or is it just like a little thing? So he doesn't have anyone to set up speakers or a podium or, microphones, that sort of thing. And I didn't even really know where we were doing. Are we doing it outside? Are we doing it inside the library?
I don't think that's been set up yet. So the only thing I got from Kaylee was that she will write up an agenda And was generally thinking that inviting all attending parties to say a few words, cut a ribbon, take a few pictures is
Okay.
what she was envisioning. That means we might need a PA system. I don't know.
Well, he can send someone to videotape.
Okay.
The rest is up to us.
Do we have a podium and mic?
We have a podium. If we do it in the church room, we have a microphone and speakers. We don't have a ribbon. But
We can get it
I
right.
can make a trip.
Yeah,
I know there are giant scissors.
we do have giant scissors. Access to them.
We can always do the ceremony inside when we're out, right? Like even out on a or something.
Yeah, sure.
I have a feeling the picture will want to potentially need to block off, I don't know, the EV charger spots so they can see the solar panels too.
Is it, are we going to be doing marketing for it?
I mean, we can't. I
So
don't
they're
know how
talking about
much
a
is-
press release that
Yeah.
we can send through the towns.
Yeah, I don't know how much of this is on us and how much is
Right.
on.
That's
And
still
how-
to be,
what they're expecting.
I will have another call with her. Yeah, no, it's been a chore just to get a date at this point. So now the details,
Giant scissors.
sounds like we might. Do you have the giant
I
scissors?
don't, but I looked up in the last time. Unless things.
I know Diane Dickerson said there's somewhere over at the town hall. Might be in the clerk's office.
Probably.
They were in.
Yeah, Diane Dickerson was aware of where they were, so we can ask her
I think I didn't know.
probably.
Would you like me to do
That'd be great. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have more details. It's been hard to communicate. We've just been trying to get a date, so we're getting there. However, it does sound from what she did say that if we would like to have someone speak on behalf of the trustees, we should decide who's doing so and what we should say.
I'd love to. We're gonna have a talk. I can't. So anybody else would like to do a little words? Please volunteer.
I nominate Mike.
See, commissioners get okay to have a director.
I don't mind.
We
doing
could have a representative from the library. I mean, I don't care either,
it.
so I also don't mind ghostwriting.
Yeah, I don't mind speaking or writing, so whatever.
You want me to stab at writing it and we'll figure out who's speaking later?
I would love to have something to read. I don't wing it, but if I have something to read. Yeah, like I haven't been passionate about solar panel. I think I'm late, so I feel like it should be someone, yeah, like, you know, what you're. You're passionate, right? Like, I'm not gonna stand up there and give a green, but like.
You agree? I finally get those numbers down. And then we went down more. I mean, I can bled, I bled for this one. I'm not even sure I bled for this one. I would love some feedback, so I will try to write something. And then
I'm good at ordering cookies.
Wendy, you're on cookies. Can they be in the shape of a solar? The sun, make them the sun.
I'm all over the stage. Well, I even bought this, but I think.
All right, so I will work on that and work with who needs to be Sam.
Sure.
Dan,
Yes.
you definitely were in on that, so you need to be part of that process. Okay. I gotta remember to do that.
If you know people, like the number of people, we can definitely help to keep with like a little tag, like today.
Okay.
Today we have this environmental impact.
The little tree. What's the tree thing on the website? There's like save so many trees.
Yeah, it's really do.
Not save trees. The impact. I don't remember. We will. All right, so Chris, you'll get the scissors. Are we all able to come? Do we just not know yet? Everyone's in?
As far as I know.
Wonderful. I believe, Stam, you also invited sustainability, LELD,
Yes,
Did you know
and
that?
Judy Grandy.
Judy Grandy and other members of Friends. So we will have attendees. Okay, so we need to know about. Yeah, can you, yeah, in case it rains, do you want to throw a reservation on the starts room for that day?
Sure.
Just so you have a backup plan. Okay. What are we next?
Community farm fundraising request.
You want to present this?
Sure. So I put it in your packet. Kara Winterpool from the Littleton Community Farm. She is having an event at Fay Park, fundraising event, and she would like to use the storage room as a sort of rain day space. But our policy says that only the trustees and the friends can fundraise. Yes.
That's true, but just to be clear, because there's a loophole.
Yeah.
That's not what it says on our current policy.
What
It
is our
what it says
current
on our
policy?
Policy is that approved fundraising events can be approved by the trustees, other than trustees.
So our current event allows it as long as it's approved by-
Correct.
Our new policy
Does not.
does not. Okay. That was my question. I couldn't remember what the current policy.
Yeah. We check that.
I'm glad you did. I hadn't had a chance
We'll
to.
just
yet.
check.
Mhm. Okay, so the current policy says they can have a fundraising event here as upon approval from the trustees. So within our policy.
Yeah, Sarah, did you want to mention your concern? Because I think it's confusing what they're saying. Joanne,
Well, I was worried about the number of people,
yeah.
but it does seem like it's, I can't find it.
So it says here there are 36 students plus families, but then it says I anticipate 30 to 40 people to attend.
I
That's-
saw that
Two different things.
descript, yeah. I actually saw that was discrepant as well.
On the other hand, Starts Room does hold, I don't know if it's free, right, but it holds 120 people. And if it's drop in, drop out, then it won't be.
Hold on, planning formation.
Okay.
No, there will be fewer people in
That's
planning
good.
formation. And with the food they're anticipating.
So there's 17 people in front of 10, there are 36 students who stand in.
So they currently have 17, they anticipate double that, basically.
There's also a drop-in thing, so they might not.
So welcome to it.
So
it's.
Perhaps the families, if there are people who are not playing, or perhaps not be in the room. But that's all we make.
But then they want to.
Yeah, then they're hanging in they might be interrupting other library things.
You wanna check out this?
As long as what they're doing doesn't spill out to planks in the gallery, because that's not what they're borrowing.
And again, it's just, like, I'm not overly concerned, but she's got refreshments, water bottles, stuff. It's a lot.
I was actually curious why, like, having not looked up our own policy, I know that the fire station is right, where they were saying, so I was curious more why they started here instead of also the capacity of that room holds their event. Fine too, and it's in the same space, basically, so.
Yeah. I don't know if they just couldn't get the room.
I believe the room is free there.
Not for the table.
They move. I was able, for my Girl Scout field day, to remove all the tables to make it completely empty.
Maybe the room's not available.
It's not, it is available,
Um,
but that's just me saying, that's not my event, that's
I
not
just
what they're
feel
asking,
like
but
that's going to be a lot of traffic that's not coming to use the library.
or it could be people who then stop at the library too.
Right, but we don't know that, they're not all Littleton residents because it is the Montessori school. So it could be people, I don't know.
Oh, but the fire station meeting room cannot exceed 40 minutes,
But they're saying 40.
but they're also saying 36 plus families. Which could be 17. It's unclear how many. I think that's something.
So the other question is, would we allow it if it met whatever requirements we put forward? I think core question is, are we comfortable with it moving forward?
Yeah, current, according to our policy, we have this, our current policy, we can.
I think that's the first part.
Do we have those things in the current policy?
Sorry.
Would we restrict any of that based on our current policy?
I'm not saying restrict, but I know that it wasn't completely current.
My problem is I'm conflating the two.
Yeah, but I think that there was, I thought we had left a line in there that.
So they don't have school, but Littleton does have school, right? So like, I'm just looking at the time now, I guess I thought it was a weekend, like,
It's all.
no, it's a Friday. So that's what I'm saying, I don't think it will be as
It's
disruptive.
the Friday that we have a half day at Littleton Public School. So,
Oh, it's Memorial Day weekend.
I don't, it's probably, well, different. Our previous meeting policy is pretty
it's pretty
basic,
basic.
so I don't see anything about,
Employing options.
no, it's just like, would not disrupt normal operations. I think we probably, I don't think we have something for that, but if there could be like a good faith, here's the number of people who could actually, we really think that you can have in this room.
At one time.
Yeah, doing planks.
How many people do we have on the other end?
Like at least 20. Might be more than that.
Do we have any numbers on the max? That's what I think we could.
You can all get 3 months and then check. But you just do that, and then we'll do the math.
I've had yoga with 30 people in a lot smaller space.
And it's a rain day plan, so.
Right, I mean, the
This might
chances of
never
it.
This may not ever happen.
Right.
The impact on the library, if it's raining, is that it's here and it might be a little noisy, but there's a policy in about that, and the librarians are here to monitor it. If it doesn't rain and if they hold it outside at Fay Park, then the issue is that other groups may not be able to use the room. Like, those are the two scenarios, right?
I'm okay. with it. Given our current policy.
Given our current policy, there's
And it's
nothing
better
that I see that,
Because we are saying fundraising can happen here. In the current policy, and this is Littleton Community Farm, which is a Littleton organization. At first I thought it was going to, no, but it's not.
Right,
Yeah.
it's going to the farm, right?
it's going to happen.
Which is a nonprofit.
I'm okay with it.
Should we take a vote? Anyone want to propose a motion?
We want to approve the request for the visitors for rain location. Okay. Littleton Country Farm.
All in favor? Opposed? And, whoever's communicating them, sending us, and that's probably, just see if we can get kind of a number. Let them know, we have a slight concern about that.
Well, she says in the email that she was trying to confirm the head count before our meeting, but then
You didn't have a follow-up?
she said 17 people confirmed. There was an email sent to confirm the head count. Then she said 36 students plus families. So she anticipates 30 to 40 people. I know, like. did you-
I mean, I think you should follow up. In my opinion, I think as the library, you could follow up and say the capacity of the room is X for this kind of event and here's the expectation of noise in the library disruption. Hopefully it's good weather and they can do it outside as time. Well, I think they would be happy if they wanted an outdoor thing too,
Mhm.
right down the street from the farm. I
Right,
think
right.
that's why I was a little confused of why they were not using the fire station as their backup plan, just given the proximity to the farm. That's kind of why I was confused. Anyway,
People really think about these spaces.
I think this one's easy and the most prominent.
Can you do a fundraiser at the town buildings?
There's nothing in the fire station's community room policy that says fundraisers are not allowed. And food is allowed there, so you just have to clean up your waste and bring everything in there. Anyone have other business? I do not, because I put Sam's thing in the wrong part of my own notes. Okay. No new business?
Trustee updates.
Would you like me to go?
Go for it, yes.
So I don't know, you guys heard a lot about what I've been working on, but the meeting with Diane and Mark about the EV charger grant that the town got and figuring that out. Working with our Eldridge office, which I'll keep doing for the ribbon cutting for the solar panels. Checking on the HVAC system and the impact of the solar panels on our electricity bills, which has reduced it around 20-25%, depending on how much sun is out each day, which is nice. I also attended the LGBTQ plus inclusion 101 program last week, and I feel like every time I go to one of those programs, I learn something, and I really value hearing someone's personal perspective about walking that life and how to be a better, how to more meaningfully show up for people in all walks of life every time I go. So I really appreciate your both of you are bringing it to the library.
How many people in the family?
He's 20.
At least 20. I would say that, right?
My daughter really enjoyed the pizza and vegetarian, so that was about, maybe there'll be more half-day programs for kids, that would be something great. So. And now home full time forever, maybe, I'm not sure. They are not reopening, our campus. There was a fear of college, but they're not renewing the lease. So. Probably not. It's a loss to the community. I've been thinking more about like myself. As I think about it more. Part of the quarter. But anyway, I'm so I'm gonna like Kimberly, everything I come over and sit on your table, but.
I went to the fire treatment room. That was
It
awesome.
looks awesome.
It was so much fun. It was so good. And what a different company. Really great. And then I also got something out of the library things for the first time, and I took a machine that use it for holding. And that was cool. And then yeah, we also went to the pizza, loved it. I totally agree. After school, early release day was be awesome to just send it. That's really good. And then started going to Giants. Enjoy.
It has been like every time I walk down for something else, Megan, the new librarian is like waving. So she's so nice. And the kids like seem to like it.
I have been borrowing a lot of audiobooks through Libby and Hoopla, so I'm super excited to have both of those. Because I don't have time to read a physical book, but I always have a book on my phone, so. And I love that I have the option of both.
So, it's amazing.
Anything else to say? Someone like to adjourn the meeting?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye. See you June 8th.
Everyone.